luck exists. Now, to be clear, I was a bit wary of this film when it was announced, not because of anything the film did, but it was because of who was working on it. Former head of Pixar Animation, John Lasseter. For those not in the know, John did some questionable things to his employees, especially the women, during his time at Pixar, which I'll not talk about here because this is a family-friendly channel, which led him to take a 6-month sabbatical from Pixar and eventually resign, soon being picked up by Skydance Animation to work there. Though if you ask me, he's more of a marketing tool. Now, I am willing to separate the artist from the art, and judge the film on its own terms without the burden of Lasseter's questionable actions hampering my enjoyment. So looking past the controversy, on its own terms, Luck is aggressively mediocre in the worst way. Not anything bad, but it's definitely not anything special either. While there are some good elements, like the voice acting, the animation, the fun concepts, and some likable characters, there are several problems with the film that put a damper on these positive aspects. First problem, the humor. None of the jokes in this movie land. The verbal humor is bland and uninspired. There's an entire scene dedicated to talking about dog poop, and the slapstick feels more mean-spirited than anything, making us feel sorry for Sam as she constantly suffers. Second problem, the world building. While the concepts about good luck and bad luck in the film, and how they're interpreted are fun, and a unique spin on the idea, the execution leaves much to be desired. Instead of naturally showing us how the rules of the world work, like say, Monsters Incorporated for example, it instead resorts to tons, and I mean tons, of exposition. Instead of showing the audience how luck works, it just resorts to having the Simon Pegg Cat deliver exposition every 5 minutes, making knowing all the nooks and crannies of the world building feel forced and rushed, like the film is making it up as it goes along. If I had a dollar bill every time the Simon Pegg Cat delivers exposition, I would probably be a millionaire. And the third problem, and in my opinion the biggest, the one that sours everything in this entire movie, it's the fact that it's trying too hard to be Pixar. It's literally the crux of my Letterboxd review. Oh, by the way, did you know that I have a Letterboxd account? Go follow me there for more short, bite-sized reviews like this one.
Anyway,
everything in this movie feels like it was directly ripped from at least one Pixar movie. Remember the positives I mentioned earlier? They're all brought down just by this one colossal flaw. Everything from the animation, the character designs, the score, the way the film is shot, the voice acting, and everything else, all felt like it came from Pixar. It's fine if a film is inspired by another film, but if it decides to literally copy everything the other movie did so well, then your film becomes dull, generic, and lacking an identity. And I sadly feel this film falls into the same trap. In short, while Luck isn't horrendous, I mean, this is released in 2022, aka the animation apocalypse. It certainly isn't a film I'd go out of my way to watch again. It's a 5 out of 10, and if you're asking for my recommendations, there are far better movies out there for you to watch. If you want a better version of this film, either go watch Inside Out, Monsters Inc., or Onward. If you want a better animated film released this month, go watch Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie. It's honestly up there with Bob's Burgers, the movie, as one of the best animated films of 2022. I'd really recommend it. Okay, since there are barely any new film releases in September, I'm going to be focusing on reviewing TV shows coming out next month. So, what's first?
I spy with my little eye. Two clackety kitty cars.
Points for pageantry.
This is not what I expected. That's what makes life worth living.
I just accepted the insanity!